Hi. Today we're going to start laying out the backbone or the infrastructure for what I want to have this ship do that we're going to take to the moon. Or an asteroid, I'm not sure. I kind of want to go to the moon, but we may set up an asteroid base. I'm not exactly sure what the conditions are going to look like once we hit space. Because of the planetary setup that I have going, where it's a mix of asteroid clusters and asteroids. So, we'll see how that plays out. I just don't know. Anyways, the ship is going to have the basic assembler, basic refinery. It's also going to have a med kit and a survival kit, and it's going to have a galley. Basically, think of the kitchen we have up here. We're going to have some ability to cook food, some ability to reproduce food. Obviously, we're going to take most of the food resources we have from our greenhouse out here. Probably would be better if I just looked out the window upstairs. So we're going to take most of the resources that we've grown here in the greenhouse with us, and we're going to have some left over to start a greenhouse on the moon or on an asteroid. Something we will have to create another greenhouse wherever we're going to set up base. Otherwise, we won't be able to have food. So, we're also going to have to get an algae. Actually, I'll probably do that off camera, or I'll make that separate episode. I'll have to set up an algae research facility somewhere. Maybe not a facility, maybe just a research station inside of my existing base here. Probably down here somewhere. We'll probably set it up, move the couches closer to the TV and set them up like right back here, I'm thinking. So that way we'll have our algae research facility. The algae is required because if you can grow algae, you can actually recompost that into organic material, which is far better than trying to actually farm organic material, because you can only farm organic material on the Earth-like planet. And I forget the name of the alien planet. I think you might be able to farm it on the basically anywhere where you can get organic material, anywhere where organic material is present. So the Earth-like planet, when you're drilling the topsoil. The alien planet, again with the topsoil. I forget the name of the desert planet that that was added to the game, but that one as well, in the topsoil, you can get organic material. And if you can get organic material, you can mine it. You won't be able to mine it from asteroids or moons. Most of the planets, I'm assuming you won't be able to mine it, so we're going to have a way to produce organic material once we get to space. Mining algae and farming algae also gives another method for doing hydrogen production as well as oxygen production. The algae farm comes with a recipe to be able to make a better hydrogen and oxygen farming method, something other than water, which is kind of nice because sometimes you just can't find water in deep space, or ice, sorry. So we're going to start with the ship, and probably in the next once we get the ship built, we'll start trying to get the algae farm, because that's rather quick to, once it's running and up and going, it's rather quick to get the resources from it. So We'll get the ship built, and then we'll worry about the algae for farming. And my kitten is wanting to jump on my lap. So, that's where we're at. And with that, why don't we just hop right into it. Alright. So let's see, how am I looking for food and water? I'm actually looking pretty bad, so let's eat some soup here. Really the only food you're ever going to need. Yes, there's Winter. I am streaming. You need to unclip that. Yes, and then it's supposed to slide over his head. Might be better if you get it off the flea collar first. Okay. It's a little snug right now. We're gonna have to go buy him a new harness here real soon. Alright. That little interruption aside. I guess I should be glad she bothered to wear a robe rather than walking out here in a wet t-shirt. Doctors. That's not even my daughter, just to be clear. That's my daughter's friend. She lives with us. That's a whole nother story we're not going to get into. So for this, we're going to need a whole lot of steel plates. Why am I struggling to get on top of this thing? Or move? Actually, I'm going to need interior plates as well. So, and we're probably going to need construction components. And let's grab some girders too, just to be safe. And that should cover all of the base starting blocks. Now, oh, what do you mean? I would use a gentle soap. So if we have ivory soap,
I think all soap is
okay, just make it gentle. The kitten needs a bath. Alright, we're going to start with gray because I don't like starting with white. It makes it hard to see any detail when Bob builds it up for us. And because I'm using Bob, I have to start with a base that is built into the base. No. What's the pet soap that you need, that you have? Alright, I'll be right back. So, when you're building anything and you have Bob, you really want to start with a base that is built into your base. So that's what we've got here. We've got a rotor in the floor, and we're building a starter out. Now, I know that we are going to want whatever we build to have a lower connector, possibly even a side and or rear connector for when we're in space. So we're going to work on that assumption. And yes, I know I'm building this way far out, much farther than it needs to be. There is a reason for that. Space Engineers does not care how far I stretch this. It is unlimited tensile strength. So Yeah, I might as well start it pretty far out because I know it's going to be a large build. As a matter of fact, I'm really hoping that we don't have to expand this platform for what I'm thinking. I don't think we will, but it's a possibility, so I'm going to mention it. So we're going to start with the lower connector because that's really what my main concern is for this portion. Now, I'm going to want to have 2 large cargo containers. Hooked onto this. And what I really need to make sure is that the large cargo containers are actually connected where they matter. I don't know when this changed, but in the last few games I've played, you're no longer actually allowed to use the hydrogen tanks as a pass-through for your conveyor system. So if I want to be able to have anything connected to this, I need to have it
inventory full.
I need to have it connect to this large conveyor port here. And we're going to start with just 1 large cargo container because I need to try and fit everything together. Now my thoughts are that I want to try and keep this semi narrow, I guess is the right word. I don't care how long the ship gets, but I want to keep it so it can fit onto a reasonable sized width. Mainly because once I build a base ship, a mothership, I'm going to want to be able to fit it inside of it. And I don't want to have to build too big of a hangar door. So, we're going to start with 1 cargo container, and because I want to have
inventory full.
I am not sure how I'm going to fit this all together. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to finish this off right here. And we're going to figure out where we want our med bay, for lack of a better term. So we're going to make a large base here and figure out where we want our med bay, because I need to pipe all of this into the med bay. And in the med bay area, we're going to have the survival kit. We're going to have large cargo access. Sorry, large conveyor tube access, so we can pull out steel plates and oh, what's the rest? Anything that won't fit through a small conveyor system. So because we're going to have that, we're probably going to have to build everything starting around that as a concept. So we're going to get rid of that. I need 3 there because I'm not sure where the actual med bay's survival kit ends up. So let's see. I want it to be facing this way. Do I want it this way or do I want it sideways? I can probably do 3 large cargo containers and hook it up this way to the side of a large cargo container. So why don't we try that? What? Oh, you got a kitten burrito. You can use the hairdryer, which is upstairs in my either bottom or second to bottom drawer. The hairdryer will dry him better and keep him warm. But go ahead, what you want. I am streaming right now with my video on, so walk away. I told them I was streaming. So, yeah, we're going to do a large cargo container here. And that's facing down, right? Yes. So we'll put that right there. And we'll do 3 large cargo containers side by side. And we'll do it this way here. Oh, not like that. What's with the lag I'm getting today? Right there. Alright. Now, I'm thinking we will put that right here. Maybe we'll put the build and repair units in there to space it out. Yeah, we'll put a couple of build and repair units in there to space it out better. We do want the build and repair units in here. And I completely missed them, didn't I? Yes. So I'm thinking 2 build and repair units right there. Followed by the survival kit right here. Which will give us good access to that. Okay. We are going to need an oxygen tank. I don't know where we're going to put that yet. We're probably going to find a place to squeeze that in. Right here we are going to get basic assembler. You can see it's very similar to the standard basic assembler. Let's see if we need the... Let's do the basic refinery first, actually. Do I have the refinery on the bar? Thought I did. Apparently I was mistaken. Oops. Yeah, I do not have the refinery on the bar. Okay. So, we'll put the refinery in here. So, basic refinery. I was hoping it would have double-sided access. It does not. The basic refinery and the basic assembler do not have double-sided access. However, the basic refinery does have these side ports on it, which, if we look at the basic assembler, so does a basic assembler. So we can use the side ports on the basic assembler as a key-in for the basic refinery, or tie-in. So, actually, we aren't even going to do that. We're not going to use it for a tie-in necessarily. What we're going to do is we're going to put it right here. And I think we're actually going to put it down here, because it's actually about the same size as one of the cargo containers, only one taller. So if we put it at the floor level here, it actually lines up perfectly with the lower connection. So the little connection here and the little connection here are right in line, so that will be able to be tied together real nicely. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that'll be good. 3 large cargo containers, refinery, assembler. Let's pull these out because we didn't use them. So I think that'll be a nice room to walk into. Got access to the cargo. Probably going to close this off. We are going to need a kitchen. So let's see if we can get a kitchen here. Is it in here? I thought it was part of this one. Yes. Now in here we've got this kitchen, and I think we might have another kitchen. It is being a pain in the butt. Okay, 6. Kitchen. No, we do not have access to the other kitchen in here. That's alright. This kitchen comes with the small stuff mod, I believe. I'm not 100% positive, but I think it comes with the small stuff mod. And I'm actually thinking that it can go nicely right here. It will kind of tie all of this together, sit right in the center. Our survival kit's right there. Our galley's right here. We'll be able to put small cargo containers, small little cubbyhole storage for kind of like a cupboard, and perhaps even a small desk. I don't think the desk is in this one, but let's check. Make sure I'm not wrong. Nope, it's right here. So if we come up here, there is a small desk here. So we'll probably be able to put this in this room. Not right here, obviously. But if we put a small desk, like, say, right in, if I can get it to cooperate here, put it like right there, it should be out of the way for respawning and allow that to be kind of an all-purpose room. It'll be where you prepare your food, take your break, do your homework, because we all miss homework from school, right? Some of us do. Some of us ask to work from home. So I'm not sure where that's going to go yet. But now that I've kind of got this area set up here where we're going to put the medical room and the assembly and refinery, my thoughts are all of this that I build back here is just going to be hydrogen. It does not need to be fancy. It's just going to use up a bunch of space. I'm thinking that we want as much hydrogen as we can get. And I'm thinking that I'm going to actually make the quarters area rather small and just put 9 of these back here. Because I'm looking for width that I'm concerned about, because I don't want to build a super wide parking area. I think making the width rather narrow. Why am I hearing my engines running? Those should not be running. The dog is begging for food. That's why you heard somebody scream no in the background. He's been fed. He's just needy. Or as she likes to say, fat. Which isn't wrong. He is fat. Now let's see where the airtightness is on these. So you can see where the airtightness is on these. This one is airtight all the way around. This one has no airtightness whatsoever, apparently. There it is. It is not airtight at the top. Do we want to rethink this so that we can make this airtightness work to our favor? We probably should. I don't know why I can't target it from the side. So,
Inventory full.
Yes, I know.
Inventory
Shut up, Karen.
full.
Alright. So, if we put it like that, let's fly up here. Then that's airtight from that side. That makes it easier to make this room airtight while getting the conveyor systems piped up. Except for the fact that that conveyor is now buried. Pull it out to here. I don't want that stuck out into the room though. Okay. There we go. I just got the answer I need.
Inventory full.
We're going to turn that. Bob will pick up that mess, don't worry. So, let's go with this. We'll put the conveyor ports on the top and bottom. And then we'll switch back to this. We'll put the conveyor port on the top and the small conveyor port on the top and bottom. That's going to be very deceptive. It's going to look like we have access to a large cargo port there. We will not. But I think that's the best way to go. I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. Come on. There it is. Now that's going to be there. And this will all be just piping. The reason why that one is there that way is because that's airtight. So, with that being airtight all the way around, I can actually put my wall here if need be. I'm not worried about things looking all that particularly pretty. Semi-pretty. I want it to be semi-comfortable, but I'm looking for more of an industrial kind of feel. And this is going to be apparently a very difficult night to stream. So, let me let my dog out. I like redundancy. So, I think that'll be good to have that connected at the top and the bottom. And the reason that works is because this only needs small conveyor ports to be able to pipe all of his stuff into the assembler. To get everything out of the assembler, we need the large conveyor port. And so that's how we're set up. To get everything into the build and repair units, we need the large assembler. Or the large conveyor. So that's how we've got that piped up. And that allows us to pipe a large conveyor port to here, so we can actually assemble some minor things here as well. I have to switch the dogs over. I will be right back. Let the dog out. The world needs to know that I'm outside. Dogs. Alright. So I think that's going to be enough hydrogen connected. And I'm going to do something that been debating whether or not to do this. So I'm actually going to put this container, this hydrogen container here, and my thought is I'm just going to dump hydrogen tanks into it. That's all that's going to be there for, is to refill hydrogen tanks. Nothing more. It is airtight. Let's look here. Yes, that's airtight all around the back. The only place it's not airtight, I believe, is right there. So it's essentially airtight everywhere because there's no other openings in the airtightness. Just right there. So it is essentially airtight. Because, I mean, even if you have all of this exposed to the open space, you're just filling this box with air. It's not dumping out into space. So I don't care about that so much. We're able to just use a. Actually, I think I want to keep that. You're fine. I want to be able to have the conveyor system go up further into the building. I want to be able to have the option of using that as a tie-in. So now we've got the galley. I do believe this will work nicely. We've got this here. I think I might actually change this up. I think I might bring this in here. Just get that one last row in there. So I can place these blocks in here. And my thought is, how do I focus on this? Apparently I can't focus on... Oh, where's that? There we go.
Inventory full.
I know, Karen. I'll pick it up. So, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, need to go to large. I want the kitchen. And I'm thinking I might just put the kitchen against that wall. Like right there or right there. I actually think right there. So, and the reason for that is I do believe all of this is airtight here. So I can place that there. This should be out of the way of me respawning. And it makes this feel a bit more open, I think, in this area. Plus it allows me to do something here, which I'm thinking what I might do is, depending on... See, airtightness and specialized mount points. Yeah, I can use this whole face as mount points. So I'm thinking this might actually be where I place my programmable blocks. And the way I'm thinking that I'm going to do that is we're going to come in here. And we're actually going to build this wall in. Did it lose my graphics settings? Because that seems like a whole lot of flare when I told it not to do flare. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put these here. And we're going to get rid of this and this. Maybe. So I think we might change this up a little bit. And now we'll go this here. I think that'll give us room for 3 programmable blocks, which is, I think, more than we need. I could have swore I already had the programmable blocks out. Apparently not. Huh. Either that or I did and I'm just missing it. Which I'm sure if that's the case, somebody will remind me. So let's find the programmable blocks. They're in here somewhere. Or I'm blind. Which is possible. Not saying it ain't. No. Am I blind? Or are they under something I'm not thinking of? They're probably under something I'm not thinking of. Or they're right there and I'm blind. So, with them placed here like this, it kind of looks like computers sitting on a bench. Which is kind of what I want. So that gives us a nice open area, gives us a solid wall, even behind the kitchen. Which makes me kind of happy. We're not going to have anything right here. I wish we had a small oxygen tank. Because it would be kind of nice. I'm trying not to use too many mods. That's why I'm saying I wish we had it. Because I know we've got this one here that we can use. But it's just so big. And I don't understand why it's this big. Not at all. And the worst part is, this is in interactive port, a large interactive port. These two, if I can get it to where I can actually point at them, are not interactive at all. They're just conveyor ports. So I really need to have it this way if I want to have it in here. I'd like to have my hydrogen bottles and my oxygen bottles both just sit right here, so I can refill them right next to my my survival kit. I just think that's the best way to do it. That might come from me playing Empyrean, where you had your little O2 station and yeah, your O2 refill stations. I liked that. So, but I don't have a small oxygen tank similar to the hydrogen tank. All I've got is this giant mammoth here. So I guess we'll put this in here. We are going to have to figure out where to put a couple more of these, actually. So, as well as an O2 generator, H2O2 generator. But basically, we've got the basic layout of what the meat of this is going to be. We've got 3 large cargo containers, 9 hydrogen tanks, a basic assembler, a basic refinery, 2 build and repair systems. The gravity generator is going to be placed on the ceiling somewhere in the middle. I don't know where that's going to go yet, because I like gravity on my ships. I don't care if they're big, large, small, whatever. If I'm flying it in space and I have walking area, I want to be able to walk. I'm a simple man. I think that a ship If we have gravity capabilities, I don't think it matters if it's large or small. We'll make one. So, I guess now it's really just a matter of laying out how I want things to look in here. Now, I know that because of the way that this respawn area actually works, it spawns you about here. This is an approximation. About here. It'll spawn you. And then you'll wind up falling to the deck. So it'll spawn you about here, and you fall in. So I know I've got space here I can work with because I need to build my ceiling over this area. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put the oxygen tanks up here. Maybe 2 oxygen tanks on up here. And let's see if we can fit those in real quick. So we'll just do an oxygen tank. They are rather large. I wish I didn't need them. Yeah, they are rather large. That might be a bit bigger than I am actually willing to go up there. Well, I guess I can... I don't want to build it too tall. If I build it too tall, I'm not going to be able to put it into a mothership. Alright, so... because of what we're doing, I am not going to be bringing a miner ship with us. We are just going to be using this ship. But what I'm thinking right now is I'm actually going to go with a similar design to the last one I made, except I'm not going to worry about being able to attach a mining vessel, because I don't really need a mining vessel
Inventory full.
with the nodes that we're using, because we're going to bring a whole lot of resources with us. Come on, Bob, do your job. Pick it up, Bob. There we go. So we'll just put those there. We'll be able to pipe those in rather easily. I don't think we're going to need too many oxygen tanks, but I kind of want to be able to fill this thing with oxygen from the oxygen in the tanks. And I don't want to do the math because I'm lazy. Because I do math every day for work, and I just don't want to deal with it. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to put these here. Yes, I know this is overkill for the hydrogen engines, or the hydrogen generators. But I don't really think it is, because I want it to be able to replenish the hydrogen rather quickly once we replenish our ice. So I'm thinking that a dozen hydrogen generators is going to be adequate. I don't think it's going to be overkill at all. In fact, I would almost argue that it's maybe not enough. Now, let's see. All right. That means we need... How am I doing for hydrogen? Okay, I'm still okay. We need this here, 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 and here. I am not sure why I'm lagging so badly today. But I am. That's all piped in. Yes, because that's all connected there. I'm not happy with the fact that I don't have redundancy, but the other option is to run a port also along the top. And I just don't think that would help anything. Redundancy is not two ports running right next to each other because it just... If it shoots through one, it's going to shoot through the other. Alright, I'm going to refill my hydrogen real quick here. Apparently, it's probably something to do with my internet. I'm hoping that my stream has not dropped, because it looked like it was about to there. That's frustrating. I pay for decent internet. It shouldn't be like this. Just eat some of that real quick. Do I have any more credits in here? Let's find them. Alright. Let's deposit those credits just to make sure they get them out of my inventory. And we might as well sleep real quick. Bring it back to daylight. Alright. So, I've been streaming for about an hour, and unfortunately my son is in need of a ride home. It's been snowing pretty decent, and his girlfriend has the car. So, she doesn't want to drive in the snow if she doesn't have to. And it's not that bad, but she's from the south. She's not used to driving in it. So I need to get out of here. I need to go pick him up and drive him home. I will be back on tomorrow, most likely, because I have the 9 to 5 and I'm going to need to get to bed shortly after I get home. So tomorrow I'll be back on, and we will work on trying to get this layout further along. I'm thinking that we're going to do something probably with an airlock in this area here. So a hallway, an airlock coming out the side, a hallway down the center, and then the living area, for lack of a better term, will be up here, with probably a stairwell going to an upper section where the flight seat's going to be. So that's the plan. Although it might change, I may just say F it Bring the living area up forward, add its own separate bedroom, and a flight seat up above it, and then just put some big nacelles coming off the sides, because we're already getting big enough that it's going to be pain in the butt for a mothership to carry. So I'm not sure. I will think on it for a little while tonight and try and figure out in my head what I want to do. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll give it a little bit more to look at. Anyways, y'all have a good night, and yeah, try to have a good night. Thank you for watching.